And so I've been in it my whole life, and every Saturday is race car shop day. And either you're at the race car shop or you're at the races since I was born. And at 8 years old, a little bit prior to that, I was in gymnastics, broke my collarbone twice. I always wanted a race car, but it just never worked out. After that, my mom, who's not a race car driver, the only one in the family, she says, that's it. Put her in a race car. It's going to be safer.
Isn't it funny how racing families work?
Oh, yeah. That is a true story.
It's hang on, let's strap my daughter eventually into a Top Fuel dragster on a 335.
Yeah.
That's
way safer than gymnastics.
Yes.
Way safer than somersaults on the padded mat.
Literally. And so we went and started junior dragster racing when I was 8 years old. My sister's a year and a half younger, and then so when she turned 8, she started as well. And we drove those cars for 10 years until I turned 18. And then in the mix of that, we also drove an additional race car, each of us. It's called a junior comp car.
Okay.
And it's a little bit of a bigger junior dragster with a stock Hayabusa engine in it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Were you shifting with that?
6 times in the 8th mile.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Paddles? Or
We had buttons.
okay.
So we had auto shift too because it was way more consistent. But there's times when it didn't shift. I actually prefer when it didn't shift. So then I could do it myself, and it was way funner because you could rev it up and try and get ahead of the guy. And
What's the movie on Erica and Enders?
that one is.
Google that.
I'm
right
thinking
quick.
of Heart Like a Wheel, but it's not
no,
that
it's
one.
not because my kids love that. I've seen that movie in about 4-minute doses 1,000 times. It was a movie on
Run Track.
Was it right
There
on?
it is.
Was it right on track?
Yep, that's what it is.
Yeah. So so Erica and I don't know a ton of history on females in drag racing, right? But it seems like were they one of the first ones to break in? Who kind of paved the way?
Shirley Muldowney. Shirley Muldowney was the first professional woman to be really engulfed. Shirley Shahan was the first woman to ever win. And we actually had her out in Pomona. It was really fun. I got to meet her previously, but she was the first woman to win an NHRA event. But Shirley Muldowney paved the way really for women in the NHRA. She was the first fully professional woman, and she won a lot of races and definitely took the heat for some time. But she did a great job. And I think something special about drag racing is there's a lot of women out there, but in all different categories, professional, sportsmen, all the categories.
Even the bikes.
Even the bikes.
the bikes,
Andrew Smith just won this weekend. Yeah.
Shirley Muldowney had a pink car too, right?
Yeah,
I remember being like, as a little kid, being like, "This is the girl. She's awesome."
She's in the
Like,
pink car.
But she
gave it
owned
away.
her own teams. She was badass.
Yes, very much. She was
What
actually
was that?
out this weekend.
90s. So that would have been in the 90s.
90s, yeah.
Okay.
And probably 80s, late 80s, early
wanna
90s,
say-
and then
Yeah. That
and
sounds
then you had Angel Sealing Savoy.
Angel, yes. Sampay.
Sampay.
Yep.
She was on the bike. She was awesome.
She
Oh,
won,
yeah.
I believe, 48 events. She killed it. And she's still out right now. She runs 8-field dragster now.
Okay.
Yep. She's on Antron Brown's, I think it's called the AB accelerating program. So basically where he tries to bring up drivers through categories to the top fuel ranks. And she's one of the drivers.
So you've obviously been just born and raised in drag racing, right? Is it wild now? Because you grew up probably like I did looking at the Jeff Gordons and fill in the blank, Dale Jr.'s,
Tony Stewart,
Tony
who
Stewart.
just raced us now.
right? It's like when I got to the point where I was on the same racetrack with those guys, I'm like, holy shit. This, Jimmy Johnson, like these guys I've looked at as literal gods, and I get to line up next to them on a restart, Kyle Busch.
Yes.
But so when you're lined up next to somebody like that, is it like, are you thinking about that, or you're like, no, it's just another guy on the other side of the track that I need to beat?
Definitely, like when I'm suiting up or rolling into the lanes, I'm like, Tony Stewart was my first side-by-side ever, and in a top fuel car.
Did you beat him?
Technically, yes.
Yes, there's no asterisk on it.
It was testing, but technically I made it to the finish line first.
Okay.
Good racers always keeping count.
That's
even
right.
in practice.
Yes.
That's right, yes. So that was huge. Rolling into the lanes, knowing you're going to run against Tony Stewart and Clay Millican, I've watched him my entire life. I can remember.
I love that guy.
He's
man.
so
yeah,
awesome.
dude.
I love that
Oh
guy.
my gosh. But I can remember my dad racing on the East Coast, so he's 3 hours ahead. Me and my sister were both young, so we'd wake up and we'd be running out in our pajamas to watch Dad on the TV, and we'd stay and watch Ron Capps, Clay Millican.
Yes.
And it's like, I'm on the same ladder with these guys. I'm at driver intro standing next to Clay Millican and Tony Stewart and Doug Coletta. What?
Life's weird, man.
Life's crazy. And so it's an honor. It really is. And it definitely, After the weekend's over is when I go through all the pictures in our social media and I'm in awe every time. I really am.
It's like a pinch me moment.
It is.
Holy crap, that's really me.
My face is on the back of our trailer. Me and Ron were walking back from...
That's weird to me. That was always a request to me. Hey, what do you want the trailer to look like? Whatever it is, do not put my face on. Granted, my face doesn't look like yours. So
oh my God.
Leave my mug off the side of the truck. You can put my name small. Great.
That
was always a non-starter for me.
I worked for Tony, won a championship with Tony on the Cup side. How has he been to compete against as a competitor?
Oh, he's been wonderful. I love seeing his because obviously he's so passionate, and he hates losing.
Oh, man.
He hates it.
Yeah.
And I think where were we? Chicago. And he lost, and he comes over, and he's like, you know what I hate the most in my life? I'm like, what? He's like, losing. I hate it. I hate everything about it. I hate losing. But that's a passion you want. That's what our sport needs, is that passion and the fire. And having him in our category is so awesome. He's brought so much light, and he's been wonderful to race with. Like when I ran against him, we're testing. They need data, and this is my first test pass. Maybe I was going to mess up. Maybe I was going to take too long. And I'm like, hey, would you be okay if I ran against you as my first time? He's like, oh, heck yeah. Don't even think twice about it. I'm like, okay, cool.
He's